So, ano ang problema dito? Ang problema is, number one, yung batas. Okay, bakit? Kasi yung children na in conflict with the law, tapos isusoli mo lang, yung mga 12 to 16 na, 12 to under 16, parang mali yata na basta isusoli sa magulang nang walang intervention. Because in many instances, the reason they committed that crime is because of conditions at home. So, dapat, ina-argue natin na regardless of age, ihihiwalay yung bata muna. Tapos i-evaluate. Pero yung automatic na i-release mo doon sa magulang, regardless of the crime, para sa akin, yun ang mali. Kailangan uh, i-evaluate, kailangan may holding period siya. Kahit wala pa, sabihin pa natin na meron siyang magulang na uwian at okay naman yung home environment, kailangan pa rin ihiwalay yung bata because of the possibility that that child is a danger to other people. So, kailangan ma-evaluate yan. At wala tayong topic for today. It is FAQ day kasi marami akong utang. Because next week I'm going to start writing again. So, I apologize kung medyo, kung medyo, how do you call this? Medyo maano tayo. How do you call this? Marami akong utang. Para dun sa nasa red, blue, and green apps, saglit lang, no, because I have to fix something. Parang meron akong issue. Mabilis lang. Okay, for those in the red, blue, and green apps, we're back. So dun sa nagtanong, how was my defense? What I defended yesterday was my thesis proposal. So thesis for the next semester. Okay, nagtanong si Zeret. What can you say about the shooting ng mga teens or students because it's so worrying? Yes, we do have to address that. Although we talked about it last night we talked about the Juvenile Justice Act and where it actually goes wrong. So a lot of people think that because when PRD once did a live, no, with the cabinet, he talked about the Juvenile Justice Act, but there were some things that he was mentioning na pertain to the old law and not to the law as amended. So a lot of people think na catch and release ang nangyayari with juveniles. But as in the case from yesterday, yung mga bata below 16, no? But they committed heinous crimes. Now, under the law, let's put the law on the if a child is above 12 years old up to the age of 15, who commits, well, basically heinous crimes, di ko mababanggit dito, which are punishable by more than 12 years, the child shall be deemed a neglected child under PD 603. Ano natin dito sa kabila. Ayan. So that's section 20A. And shall mandatorily be placed in a special facility within the youth care faculty called Bahay Pag-asa. Also, or the Intensive Juvenile Intervention and Support Center. Okay. So, in accordance with the law, the proper procedure will be the child, after evaluation by the DSWD, should be put in for involuntary commitment. From the time the petition is filed, dapat meron ng recommendation ang DSWD for involuntary commitment of the child with Bahay Pag-asa. Okay. The court will determine the initial period of placement, which shall not be less than 1 year. So at least 1 year. So dun who were watching yesterday, ang sabi ko 1 year lang, pero actually should not be less than 1 year. My apologies for that. Tapos kung kailangan pa ng additional time, they will remain subject to a court order in the facility. So the court will decide if the child has successfully completed the center-based intervention program and is prepared to be integrated with the family or if there is a need for continuation. Ganun din kapag repeat offender. Yan. So, but these are cases when what has been committed are actually heinous crimes. Now, what if they are not heinous crimes? So the child will be committed back, will be released to the parents with the supervision of the barangay captain. Kasi yun yung nasa old law. Okay? So, obviously, pag heinous, hindi yan mangyayari. Pag less than that, petty crimes, they're released to their parents. And this is where nagkaka-issue yung ibang tao. Kasi, posible na these are, di ba meron tinatawag ni gateway gangs? There are also gateway crimes. So, you start with petty theft, mga ganyan, and then graduate ka to more serious crimes later on if these are not addressed. Okay, sabi ni Ilred, there are screenshots of the 14-year-old ensuring the 15-year-old that they cannot be jailed because they're juveniles. We really need to put also a lesson in understanding the law regarding juvenile crimes sa high school education natin. Totoo yan. Tama yan. But now, the focus should also be on what do we do with those who commit lesser crimes. Now, according to the law, the child is remanded to the parents, and I understand that kasi minors nga. These are below 15, ha? Below 16 and up to 12. Pag remanded to the parents, but they must still undergo a form of rehabilitation to be supervised by the barangay. Okay, mali nga po ito, Draw Simply. Sabi niya, alam ng mga bata ginagawa nila na di sila makukulong based sa screenshots. In that particular case, oo. So, kailangan makukommit sila. Okay, the problem also is, at sinasabi ito ng ilang mga social workers sa atin, minsan walang tatanggap na parents or hindi hindi sila tatanggapin sa barangay. And sometimes walang DSWD, walang space. Mayroon kasi mga temporary na mga nasisilungan dapat ang DPWH, but most of the time puno sila. So, what about the kids who don't have parents and so on? So, hiwalay natin ha, when you say and they knew, sabihin po ninyo kung sino yung they. Kasi if you're talking about a specific case, okay, para hindi namin papatulan yung comment pag paulit-ulit na. Mali nga po, sabi ni Michiko, aware sila sa juvenile justice law. Mali nga po yung kanilang understanding because they committed a heinous crime. Akala nila pag ganyan ang ginawa nila, hindi pa rin sila makukulong. So mali rin po yan. Mali yung yung mga nagsasabi na aware sila, ang alam nila hindi sila makukulong. So may misunderstanding of the law. Wag po natin ipakalat yung peking balita na yan ang batas. Hindi po yan ang batas pagdating sa heinous crimes. Hi kay Ian. Ay bakit iba na yung account mo? Going airside na siya. Hi kay Albert. So ulitin ko. It is, when a minor commits a crime, i-determine muna ano yung age. Pag 15 to 18, i-determine if the child has, discernment. Ibig sabihin, alam niya yung ginagawa niya, alam nila yung consequences ng ginagawa nila. They know, so paano na dinidetermine yung discernment na yan? I-evaluate ng DSWD social worker, tapos titignan ano yung mga factors. Tinago ba niya yung crime? Did he or she do something to avoid detection or to avoid being caught? Because that indicates na alam niya mapaparusahan siya and therefore may discernment yun. Okay. Hindi Zerep, hindi yan ang alam ng lahat. Ulitin natin later on yan. So, pag 15 to below 18 yan, pag 16 to below 18 yan. Now, below 16 and up to 12 years old, i-release yan, automatic, kasi hindi pwede hindi pwedeng makulong. So, i-release yan to the parents or to whoever stands as parents and will be supervised by the barangay. Pagka ganon. Now, just because walang criminal liability doesn't mean walang civil liability. So, meron. The parents will be responsible for the civil damages resulting from the actions of the child. Yes, merong sanctions ang owner ng firearms dito dahil sa kapabayaan. Yes, meron niyang reckless imprudence, kasama po siya dyan. So, totoo yan, tama po yan. Na-take into custody na daw yung may-ari ng firearm, law enforcer daw yon. May chance po ba mapadala sila sa Boys Town? Hindi ko po alam kasi hindi po nakasulat sa batas yung Boys Town. I understand na private na ang facility na ito, and so voluntary commitment by the parents or by the child yung mga reformatory schools na available. So, ano pong gagawin ng parents sa pagbayad? Babayaran nila. What do you mean anong gagawin sa pagbayad? What do you mean by that? Kasi magbabayad sila after the court determines the damage. Sabi ni Chef, alam niyo kung ba anong mas nakakagalit? Kasi daw pinagtawa na yung haircut ng isa. Sobrang babaw nakakagalit. But you have to remember, they're children. Diba? Hindi pa fully formed yung capability nila to make judgments. That's why they're under the Juvenile Justice Act. You do not expect a child of 14 or 15 to have this kind of discernment that adults have. Para sa kanila, yan na yung buong mundo nila. Pwede bang i-drug test yung dalawang ungas na minor na yan? Of course, dapat standard yun ang drug test. Naawa ko dun sa tita, yung pulis na may-ari ng baril, ng isang suspect, pati siya nadamay. Actually, meron siyang kapabayaan kasi dapat hindi nalalagay yung kanilang mga firearms sa lugar kung saan na-access ng mga bata. Ngayon, kung tinabi naman niya yon, let's say may kahadiyero, nakatabi yun doon, winasak ng mga bata, maaari siyang magpresenta ng ebidensya na na magne-negate ng negligence. So, ano ang problema dito? Ang problema is, number one, yung batas. Okay, bakit? Kasi yung children na in conflict with the law, tapos isusoli mo lang, yung mga 12 to 16 12 to under 16, parang mali yata na basta isusoli sa magulang nang walang intervention. Because in many instances, the reason they committed that crime is because of conditions at home. So, dapat, ina-argue natin na regardless of age, ihihiwalay yung bata muna. Tapos i-evaluate. Pero yung automatic na i-release mo doon sa magulang, regardless of the crime, para sa akin, yun ang mali. Kailangan i-evaluate, kailangan may holding period siya. Kahit wala pa, sabihin pa natin na meron siyang magulang na uwian at okay naman yung home environment, kailangan pa rin ihiwalay yung bata because of the possibility that that child is a danger to other people. So, kailangan ma-evaluate yan. Okay, yung term na alam niya ginagawa niya isn't yung marunong siya sa firearm. Sabi ni E, according to witnesses, yung shooter nag-change mags pa. So I think alam niya ginagawa niya. No! When the law says that they know what they are doing or may awareness sila, it means na iintindihan nila yung consequences. Alam nila na may human life na mawawala. Alam nila na may masasaktan. So, at alam nila that there are also consequences for their own actions to themselves. Okay, sabi ni King, I know, dapat makulong na sila. Sorry po. Pero sa modern penal system, wala na pong nakukulong talaga na sa regular jail na bata. Because there is a big difference between a child and an adult, and putting a child in the prison system will endanger that child. So the state, the government cannot be responsible for that. Kasi walang diferensya kung sila ang nag-unalive sa bata or yung ibang preso ang nag-unalive sa kanya. Huwag niyo namang sabihin dapat may ngipin ang batas. May ngipin nga ito. Pero mali yung appreciation ng pangyayari. Okay, ganito. Tell me what you think about the law para makorek natin. Kasi naaakusahan na ang marami ng fake news dahil sa mali na appreciation ng batas. Mali pa rin si Senator Kiko, and on this I agree for many reasons. Number one, hindi nila pinupondohan ang DSWD for temporary shelters. Number two, hindi nila pinupondohan yung Bahay Pag-asa so that the child does not need to be returned to the family right away until the child is evaluated. Si PRD ang nag-point out niyan. Now, just to remind you, baka kasi may mali na appreciation kay PRD sa sinabi niya about this. Sinabi din niya, kailangan kasi mayroong, he called them halfway houses. Dapat doon muna yung mga bata right after the commission of the crime. Ang mali talaga dito sa batas is the automatic release. Okay, number one. Two, yung lack of facilities that make the automatic release become a tradition with law enforcement. Okay, number three, hindi po talaga magpapas ng constitutional muster pag binago yung age of criminal responsibility. And if you're going to say, sinabi kasi yan ni PRD, hindi po enough yung sinabi niya yon. Meron siyang appreciation. Ang gusto ni PRD, kasi garbage in, garbage out ang bata. Pagka in conflict with the law sila, they must be taken out of the situation that has led to that. Okay? Pero you will have to give up the desire to lower the age of criminal responsibility. That's not gonna happen. Okay? Kasi sa international human rights at saka sa international rights of the child, hindi po talaga yan tatanggapin at signatory tayo sa mga iyon. Okay? Number two, yung ipapasok yung bata in the same jail as adults, you will have to give up wanting that because that's not gonna happen. Okay? Bakit? Violation pa rin yan. Human rights violation yan. And you are putting a child deliberately in danger. So the state will not do that. So yun lang. I-ano lang natin kung ano ang hindi pwede. Ano ang pwede? Ano yung mismo kay PRD nang galing? Dapat merong tinatawag na halfway houses. It serves two purposes. Number one, the child is taken out of a dangerous situation. Or number two, a dangerous child is taken out of a dangerous situation. Ma'am Thea, walang sinasabing walang pananagutan. Pag minor, magulang po ang may pananagutan pero civil siya. So ulit, yung mga misconceptions ninyo, sabihin ninyo para makorek ko. Okay? Walang sinasabing walang pananagutan, walang criminal na pananagutan, pero meron civil. But since a child is a minor, the parents po will pay for the civil damages. Okay, I think we should leave the topic kasi one, paulit-ulit na, and number two, galit kayo hindi na kayo nakikinig. So let's go to another topic na lang. Okay na ba? Malamig na ulo ulit? Kasi ako na yung inaaway ninyo eh. Okay, mali rin ito. May case daw na yung bata, inutusan ng matanda na magnakaw, pumasok sa bahay, lumabas. Yung bata po, ang walang liability na kriminal. Pero yung adult na nag-utos can still be liable. Ngayon, kung hindi kinasuhan yung adult na nag-utos, failure yan ng law enforcer. Okay? Hindi yan failure ng batas. Kasi kasama yan sa batas. Okay? Kasi yung iba sa inyo, kaya kayo galit, may mali kayong impormasyon. Tama naman na magalit tayo, but let's be mad about the right things. Kasi naaakusahan na kayo ng fake news. Okay? Kino-correct ko lang and I am just telling you what is in the law. No, sabi ni tatay, looks like the laws implemented before proper facilities were built. Well, we can say that, pero ang totoo niya, may neglect dito. Nasaan yung pondo na nanggagaling sa Kongreso for these facilities? Required po yan. And the reason hindi nila pinupondohan is simple. There is corruption. Ma'am Thea, I will explain why that is so, because nowhere in the world will that happen. Okay? So, posibleng iba yung ages ng liability, pero criminal liability po, children are considered not having the legal capacity to understand yet. That is why they don't have criminal liability. Now, what does criminal liability mean? It means they don't go to a penal facility. Okay? But they will go, if there is discernment, they can go, pag 15 and pag 16 to 18, they will go to a facility and they will be committed there. However, pag 12 to 16, mako-commit din po sila sa Bahay Pag-asa for rehabilitation. Okay? So, ano ang kinagagalit ninyo? Mako-commit sila in both instances. Pero rehabilitation yung purpose pag bata, and then pag adult, penal and rehabilitation. Ma'am, kahit tawagin nyo pang, Ma'am Rain, kahit tawagin nyo pang juvenile jail yan, hindi po nga pwedeng i-penalize pag bata. Okay? Hindi talaga pwede. I think you're going to have to accept that. Now, trial as an adult, that happens only between the ages of 16 and 18 according to the law. Pwede natin i-propose yung amendment na kung yung bata matalino, pero between the ages of 12 and below 16, dapat they can be tried as adults. Okay? So, tingnan niyo, I put it on the screen. A child who is above 12 and up to 15 who commits an offense for the second time or oftener, that child was previously subjected to a community-based intervention, shall be deemed a neglected child and shall undergo intensive intervention. Again, DSWD and then later, DSWD muna. Tapos, provided further if it is in the best interests of the child that requires he or she be placed in a youth care facility, the parents or guardian shall issue a written authorization, provided that if the child has no parents or guardians for voluntary commitment, the proper petition for involuntary commitment shall be done. Now, what happens if the parents do not allow that commitment? They will be made responsible for the rehabilitation of the child. Okay? Okay. Now, remember, this is the amended law. Mas malala yung dati. Yes, Yanis, we talked about it already. Okay, sabihin mo sa akin, bakit hindi na siya applicable? No, you cannot make the judgment that the minors are aware. Although, yes, there is evidence of that. Sabi ni N. Hanzo, we are angry because justice served will not happen immediately sa Tacloban shooting incident. The minors are aware of their actions. That juvenile law should be amended ASAP. Ako, I agree. Amendments. I agree that there is evidence of the awareness of their actions. Yes. As to not immediately happen, ano ba ang definition ninyo ng justice? Kasi, pag nag-umpisa na yung process, that is part of the justice system. So, agree. Tama, lahat tayo, the law has to be amended. Lalong-lalo na dito from the ages of 12 to 15. Kasi, kailangan may voluntary may permission pa yung parent para i-commit yung bata. Okay? Para sa akin, hindi. Dapat wala na silang choice. Nag-fail na nga sila eh. Or hindi, it's beyond their control already. So, uulitin ko ha, kasi ang tingin ninyo sa justice is punishment. No! Justice is also recognizing when the person is incapacitated to make decisions. Ganito po yan. O kunwari, yung tao may kapansanan sa utak. Kapag may ginawa, kahit yung ginawa niya will amount to a heinous crime, pero hindi niya alam yung ginagawa niya, ikukulong niyo pa rin ba subject to the regular penal system? The law and society will say, no, that's not fair. Kasi ang tingin ninyo, dahil bata, pwedeng i-treat as little adults. Hindi po talaga ganon because the science says otherwise. However, I agree that they must be taken out of society because they present themselves as a danger. They are dangerous. Yung insanity plea, inaabuso ng mga... Sa Pilipinas, bihira po ang ginagrant ng judge ng insanity plea. Iba po ang pagka may mental na incapacity, iba po 'yon. Yung insanity, iba po 'yon. Kasi pwedeng gamitin yung insanity ng mga adults or anything like that. So, ulitin ko ha, the definition of justice isn't that when a person commits a crime, they are penalized. Okay yan. Pero ano yung definition ng person? Person. Dito sa Pilipinas and in most countries all over the world, you are a person kapag mayroon ka ng legal capacity to do certain acts. Okay? And you are considered a full person when you are over the age of 18. Although in some instances, over the age of 21. Now, I would like you to consider this. Look at how weird our law is. At 18, hindi ka pa pwedeng ikasal nang walang abiso ng magulang mo. Napansin nyo ba yon? Pero, pwede ka nang makulong. Diba? At 18 to 21, you still need parental permission. Be above 21 up to 25, parental advice. Pero kung hindi ka pa capacitated to marry, bakit capacitated ka na to go to jail? Diba? You have to understand. The law must be consistent also. Ay, shucks. Sorry, I needed a charger. Okay. Tama si Perdito, young criminal minds breed hardened criminals in the future. That is why they need to be taken out of society in certain cases. Not in all. Kaya nga may evaluation. Hindi po ma-zidge. Sabi niya, baka law lang yan sa Pilipinas. Ay, hindi naman. Ay, hindi, tama kayo. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, wala nga yung facilities. Diba? Kulang. Halimbawa, DSWD, temporary, dapat nandun, lalong-lalo na kung wala yung parents. Pero halos walang facilities for that. So, pareho yung law. And very similar yung law all over the world. Pero, yung problema sa atin is lack of facilities. Yes po, batas po itong binabasa ko, batas ng Pilipinas po yan. Ay sus, ano bang babasahin po? Bakit relevant ba ang batas sa ibang bansa dito? Only by comparison. Hindi naman po issue yung premeditation, ma'am. Ang issue is discernment. Are they aware of the consequences of their actions? Is there criminal intent? Yung mga ganyan. Pero kung below 16, so 12 to 16, pasok sila dun sa ages na yon. Okay? So, pasok sila dun sa ages na yon. Anong gagawin dito? Pag 12 to 15, ay sorry, tama. Pag 12 to 15, I apologize, mali yung ano ko. Pag 12 to 15, tapos heinous crime, heinous katulad ng nangyari, pasok na sila sa bahay pag-asa right away. Bakit? Because they are a danger. Okay, uulitin ko ha. 16 to 18, discernment. 12 to 15, basta nag-commit ng heinous crime or repetitive, mayroon silang inulit, kumbaga, they did it again. Okay, kunwari, nagnakaw, nahuli, may community rehabilitation, Nagnakaw na naman, nahuli na naman, hindi na sila sa community rehabilitation, sa bahay pag-asa na sila. Sabi ni Mazij, sana tumakbo kang senador para sana maitala kayo. Alam nyo, of all the reasons people have used to get me to run, I think that is the most effective. Nag-guilty tuloy ako, ma'am. Parang ang feeling ko, saka umaayaw ako, pero nagigilty ako ngayon. So, ano ang mali dito sa batas? Ha? Kasi for the lesser crimes, which could be what we call gateway crimes, pinapauwi lang sa magulang. Diba? O tapos 1 year yan sa bahay pag-asa, tapos kailangan pang i-evaluate. Now, ang tanong ko, under the old law, kapag umabot ka na, minor ka, diba? Tapos may discernment, pasok ka, kulong ka. Pagka hindi ka na minor, let's say naging 18 ka na, nagdebo ka na, tuloy ka ba dun sa Dati, ini-evaluate yung bata. Tapos dinidetermine kung ano pa ba to, may criminal mind pa ba to, hindi ito natuto, hindi siya talaga na-rehabilitate, pwedeng ipasok sa adult jail after that. Ganun sa ibang bansa. Ako, ang tingin ko, dapat may ganun din. Okay? Sa ibang bansa, ganun eh. Pag kunwari, you're tried as an adult, ang facilities mo sa umpisa habang minor ka, dun pa rin, sa juvie. Pero, dahil you were tried as an adult, pag hindi ka na bata, pasok ka dun sa regular jail. Ano ba si Sir? Sir? Saan si Sir? Nahanap siya eh. Sir? Teka, merong mga taong nakakamiss kay Sir eh. Ito, come here, Sir. Hanap ka na eh. Wait, sandali. Pampalamig ng ulo. Sandali, wait, sit down first. Sit. Sit, Sir Bero, sit. Sit, tatanggalin ko yung background ko. Okay, come here, Sir. Wait. Abs, hawakan mo muna saglit. Sir? Sir? Okay, come here, Sir. Guess what? I have treats for you. Come here. Up. Show yourself. People wanna see you. Dun sa TikTok, nakikita niyo po ba? Ayun. Come here, Sir. Who's a good boy? Hindi nakikita sa TikTok. Come up here. Nakita ka. So, yun. Nakita na ba si Sir? Andito lang naman siya. So, we'll show him to you later. Ay, hindi nyo nakita. Teka, pampalamig ng ulo, Sir. Hindi ka na. Kasi yung sama-sama ng ginawa ng dalawang bata, ikaw magpapalamig ulo sa kanila. Okay. Ang bilis nyo naman. Ang bilis naman humupa ng galit nyo. Teka muna, dapat galit pa rin tayo. Teka muna, huwag kayong bibitiw sa galit nyo. May mali pa rin yung batas. Okay? Okay, game. So, ulitin ko ha. Ito, balik natin sa screen yung juvenile justice. Yan. Serious crimes committed by children who are exempt from criminal responsibility. So 12 to 15, exempt sila, no? Anong gagawin sa kanila? Pero they committed heinous crimes. Basta ang crime is punishable by more than 12 years, ha? Lalagay diretso sila sa bahay pag-asa. Next. Paano kung repeat offender? Ganun din. Pero, ang difference is, pag repeat offender, tapos kailangan, mali, may kulang pa. So, dapat, i-evaluate, so, ang gagawin dito sa dalawang batang to, i-evaluate sila ng DSWD. Tapos, i-determine kung i-commit na sila. Kasi pwede naman voluntary yung commission, pero kung involuntary, i-evaluate sila ng DSWD. Okay? Tapos yung court ang mag-i-issue ng order. So, saan sila in the meantime? Habang wala pang commitment, dapat nasa DSWD sila. Okay? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, may commitment pa rin. I-detain pa rin sila. Ito yung change. Dati, sa lumang law, wala yan. Lahat, uuwi na yung bata. So, anong ginawa ni PRD noon? Siniguro niya na may pondo ang Bahay Pag-asa or yung mga facilities at saka DSWD kung saan nadidetain ng mga bata. Which is why, under the Duterte administration, ang laki ng binaba ng juvenile crimes. Miss Awi, maganda itong tanong nyo. Sabi niya, meron bang provision na parents are required to undergo some sort of training or seminar to be able to get their kids back? Wala akong nakita sa batas. Pero maganda yan. Dapat kung may amendment, pati yung parents. Actually, ang sinasabi ng mga psychologists ngayon, yung buong pamilya. Tama, Joseph, nasa juvenile. Opo. Pero dati kasi, di ba, automatic pasok ka sa juvie eh. Doon ka sa boys town or sa girls town. Yes, multiple counts of MURDER. Opo. Plus ha, kasi meron pang mga nasugatan. With may intent yan. So in all likelihood, frustrated. May several counts of frustrated M. Totoo daw na well, ito ni-report ito sa social media and from what I understand, may witnesses na nagsasabing ganun. At meron sila kasing parang chat. Nag-leak itong chat na ito. So unfortunately for these kids, may indication ito that alam nila yung consequences ng ginagawa nila and they did it anyway. But they were simply under the mistaken impression na pakakawalan lang sila. Mali. Mali sila doon. They thought na wala silang liability. No, Ma'am Gracia, mali nga eh. They know, but they thought they will not go to jail. They know they will not go to jail. They thought hindi sila makukumit. But yes, the case here is murder. Sorry, baka tayo M. Okay? Kasi may intent. Tingnan ninyo. May dala kang baril, papasok ka dun sa school, tingin nyo may laban yung mga bata, hindi ka naman nagpupunta sa giyera, so may intent. Of course, may illegal possession pa, pero baka ma-absorb yun eh. But definitely, several counts of M plus several counts of frustrated M. Sabi ni Enhance, correction po, all crimes decrease PRD 10. Totoo naman. Pagkakaalala ko, life imprisonment or 40 years ang penalty ng murder. Depende po sa circumstances. Kasi meron tayong indeterminate sentence law. So ano yung mali dito sa sa bata? Also, this is penal, no? The next question is this: are we creating environments for that make kids be like this? So kailangan imbestigahan din yung magulang, kailangan imbestigahan ang home life, kailangan imbestigahan ang school, 'di ba? Kasi environment plays a role in it. Kung bullied talaga, although we don't know if that's true, ang claim bullied daw. Posibleng maging ano ba 'yon? Mitigating circumstance ba siya? Parang hindi eh. They might be able to argue it, but I don't see how. Kung yung parents mismo gustong ipakulong sila, commitment order, dun lang po yon kapag recidivist, yung pwede yung parents, pero kailangan recommended din ng DSWD. Ayun, no? Dito yun sa section 20A. Kasi involuntary commitment siya. The multidisciplinary team will also submit a report to the court on the services extended to the parents of the family. Uy, may services pala. Extended to the parents of the family and the child and successfully completed the sentence. My apologies, Ma'am Awi. Meron po pala dito. I missed this part. So may services then to the parents and family of the child na center-based intervention program. So Ma'am Awi, correction po dun sa previous answer ko, lagay ko ulit. Merong services extended to them. Yun yung term na ginamit. So here, basahin natin ng buo. Pag serious crimes committed by children who are exempt. So serious crimes ito serious crimes. Pag punishable by 12 years and above. The proper petition for involuntary commitment and placement under the IJISC shall be filed by the local social welfare and development officer of the LGU where the offense was committed, or by the DSWD social worker in the local social worker or social welfare office. Tapos, for 24 hours from the time of the receipt of the report. So within 24 hours. O nasan yung bata within that 24 hours? Dapat nasa DSWD yan. Pero tingnan natin. The court where the petition for involuntary commitment has been filed shall decide on the petition within 72 hours. Kailangan kasi court order. Okay. The court will determine the initial period of placement pero hindi pwedeng less than 1 year. So 1 year and up. Yung multidisciplinary team will submit a progress report, psychiatric evaluation, and recommendation of reintegration, kung meron, to the family or the extension of the placement. So after 1 year, i-evaluate ng IJISC. This is the juvenile board, para tong board. Tapos, magde-recommend sila kung dapat i-extend beyond 1 year or dapat pwede na siyang iuwi sa parents. Tapos, dapat mag-report din sila sa court kung ano din ang services na ibinigay doon sa family. Pag repeat offenders, ayan no, ganun din. Intensive intervention by social welfare, provided that if it is in the best interests of the child na sa bahay pag-asa, yun yung voluntary, yung commitment by the parents. If the child has no parents or guardian, or if they refuse, yan, the proper petition for involuntary, ayun. Okay, sorry. I missed that part also. Galit din kasi ako. Pasensya na. Ulitin natin para hindi na kayo masyadong galit. Heinous crimes, 12 years, penalty is 12 years and above. Commitment siya. Recommendation will be done by the DSWD, minimum 1 year sa bahay pag-asa. I-determine after 1 year kung extended o ibabalik sa pamilya. Pero may services din to the parent. At dapat prepared din yung parents para ma-reintegrate yung bata sa pamilya nila. So the court will be actively involved. Pag repeat offenders, co-commit din. Pag na-determine na dapat longer than kulang yung community intervention program at dapat i-commit ng matagal, voluntary on the part of the parents. Pag hindi voluntary, ayaw ng parents, pwedeng kumuha ng court order ang DSWD. Okay? So, ano ang mali dito sa batas? Ano ang kulang dito sa batas? Number 1, pondo. Pondo talaga. Tapos, dito, ang nakikita ninyo is yung child, yung tinitingnan, di ba? Of course, ini-evaluate na. Now, what if the child is a danger to others? Kaya ba ng bahay pag-asa or should that child be in a juvenile facility? So, question yan. Ano pa sa tingin ninyo ang mali dito sa batas? Sabi ni Ma'am Thea, and I cannot blame you for this. Mas dumagdag lang sa galit niya na maybe nag-iba din ng iba sa atin na si Kiko ang may akda ng batas. But the old law, yun talaga yung catch and release, ha? Totoo yun. Para mas focus ba ang juvenile justice law sa after the crime? Paano mo naman ang prevention? Agree ako dito. Baka mas magandang lagyan, mas mabigat diin, mas malakas na pangil ang bahaging ito para matakot ang mga batang may balak gumawa ng krimen. Base kasi sa usapan ng mga suspect, parang may pakiramdam na madali lang silang makakalabas kung ganito ang mindset. Tama. So, kailangan ng education program. Kailangan alam ng mga bata na mayroong consequences ang mga ito. Now, ito yung tinatanong ninyo kanina, exploitation of children for the commission of crimes. Any person who, in the commission of a crime, makes use, takes advantage of, or profits from the use of children, including any person who abuses his or her authority over the child, takes advantage of the vulnerabilities of the child, and shall induce, threaten, or instigate the commission of the child of the crime, shall be imposed the penalty prescribed by the law for the crime committed in its maximum period. Okay na? Okay na. So, ibig sabihin, kanina, ayun, sinabi ko na sa inyo, yung pag-uutos sa bata, hindi na yan basta catch and release. Kasi yung adult na nag-utos sa bata will be liable for the crime. O paano yung bata? Depende sa crime. Pagka lesser, community rehabilitation, pero dun siya sa parents. Pag less than 12 years ang penalty ng crime. Pag over 12 years, ayan na, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Doon sila sa bahay pag-asa. Maganda din na inaalam natin itong mga to. Yes, actually, parents ang may pananagutan. Yung civil liability, ma'am, nasa parents talaga. So just because walang criminal liability yung bata, ulitin ko kung walang criminal liability yung bata, may civil liability naman yung parents. Kasi look at what happened. Ang laki ng damage. Merong na-unalive. Merong nasaktan. O, kailangan managot yung magulang, babayaran nila yung civil liabilities na yon. Okay, so siguro ipopost ko itong batas later on para mas nakakaalam tayo tungkol dun sa, pati ako ha, kasi kanina galit na galit ako, I must have missed so many of these provisions. Pati kagabi, galit din ako, I was just trying to be calm. So now we have to keep repeating this part. Ito ang sinasabi ng batas. But tama na meron dapat information dissemination sa mga schools. O, gawin na nating example itong dalawang ito. Saan sila pupunta? DSWD muna, tapos sa ano na? Dapat sa bahay pag-asa. Sabi ni Ma'am Ola, I saw some posts blaming PRD again. I wrote, pero sige, let's connect. Kung panahon ni PRD, sinasabi agad ng mga bata na lagot kay PRD like a father, may takot sila. Uy, hindi lang yun ha. Look at the statistics, pinost talaga nasa post ni John Writer na sinare ko. Bumaba ang incidences ng juvenile delinquency. Okay? Panahon ni PRD. So the statistics are saying hindi totoo yan. Sinasabi nila, ginamit nila yung term na culture of violence daw kasi panahon ni PRD. Ang kilay ko, culture of violence ba yun? Para sa kanila kasi, kahit standard sa law enforcement, violence, anong gusto nila? Yung yung term na ginamit ni Senator Bato, binibaby nyo naman, yung mga kriminal. May dumating na Shopee. Sorry. Salamat sana, Kasha. Kasha naman sana. Okay. Oo, 40 pieces. Ito yung gusto kong idagdag sa batas. Teka, tignan natin, baka nandito na yun. Pag-asa, care and maintenance of the child in conflict with the law. Mandatory registry. May registry pa of children in conflict with the law. Para alam ng schools, hindi sila basta pwedeng pumasok sa schools. Kailangan i-disclose yan. Okay. What if the child still displays criminal tendencies pag hindi na siya minor? Kunwari, dumaan ka sa bahay pag-asa, walang criminal liability. Pero dapat yung registration, meron pa rin. Anong pag hindi na credit sa kanila? Ano po yun? Yung gumanda yung lipunan nun? Oo, agree. Sino? Oh my goodness. So, we have to ask the question. So, yung statistics ng PRD nandyan. What about now, under the BBM admin? Tumataas ba ang juvenile crimes? Ano yung reason? Because, obviously, if we are implementing this law, the way it ought to be implemented, dapat nare-rehabilitate yung mga bata. What is wrong? Sinisi na naman ba si PRD? Mario Joseph, 4 na taon na ngang wala, nasa Hague na nga, siya pa rin may kasalanan. Kaloka ha? May tsa ako. Tama, sabi ni Ma'am Christine, PRD's actions were all about discipline. Just like his words, everybody was kept in line. Totoo yan. Ang tamis. Oh! So, gusto nyo ba na i-post ko itong batas para hindi tayo na-fake news? Are you okay with that? Para rin we can and we have to ask, what is the hard question that we have to ask? What is the tough question we have to ask? Bakit Bakit nangyayari pa rin? Ganito na nga yung batas, bakit nangyayari pa rin? Ano ang pagkukulang? Nagkakaroon ba tayo ng oversight? Yung Senate Oversight Committee, joint actually, Congressional Oversight Committee over the implementations of the law, dapat kinokonduct yan, lalong-lalo na pag juvenile. Bakit? Kasi tumatanda yung bata. But if we're going to make changes to the law, they have to be done immediately because we will have an entire generation that could benefit from it. Ay nako, fake news si Auntie Claire, 2018 na 2019 daw, ang daming juvie crime. Bumaba nga daw eh. PSA statistics daw yun. Okay, sabi ni Noel, naka-online na si Tatay Digong sa ang ICC ngayon. So, tapusin na po natin ang live natin. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng sumubaybay sa live natin ngayon. Sorry, hindi ko na, wala pa si Serb eh. Okay, so we will try to be live again later tonight para mas maliwanag and aayusin natin yung mga posts natin about this para makita ninyo kung ano yung procedure dito. And then we still have to ask, what is going wrong? Diba? What is wrong with the law na nagkakaroon pa rin ng ganito? Sabi ni June, kulang sa disiplina magulang, posible. Maybe takot ang magulang dahil sa child abuse law. Hindi naman ganun kalala yung child abuse law natin, ha? Hindi katulad ng sa US yan, iba yung child abuse law natin. It is more about the exploitation of children. So kung gusto niyo, we'll talk about the child abuse law next. Okay? Okay? Sabi ni Kievo, hindi daw bullying ang motive daw. It's still a heinous crime. I don't care kung ano yung motive. Although, all over, like sa US, usually, ang reason for the shootings ay binubully. But, ewan ko kung pareho yung school system abroad at saka dito. Okay, so maraming salamat. We will see you maybe later or if not tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. Ipopost ko to dun sa Facebook at saka dito sa YouTube. And also dito sa sa Black App. Okay? So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat and okay. So thank you very much. See you later or tomorrow.